2 heats down, 2 to go in event number 6 of the 2016 Reebok CrossFit Games for the individuals at the StubHub Center in Carson, California. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Sean Woodland alongside 2009 CrossFit Games champion Tanya Wagner, and Nikki Brader is on the floor helping us cover for the first time some heavy barbells here at the tennis stadium in the StubHub Center. It is the squat clean pyramid.
This is similar to the event we saw at regionals with the squat snatches. The ladies will move up an ascending ladder of barbells that will get increasingly heavier from 165 all the way up to 215 pounds. They'll have 2 minutes to complete the required number of squat cleans, and if they don't do so, they're out. If they can complete the required number, they'll keep moving on, and they'll get ranked and scored by the time it takes them to clear all the bars.
10 more athletes take the floor in this third of 4 heats, and plenty of women who can move weight, starting in lane number 7, and that's Alessandra Pacelli.
Pacelli, she had a great day 1 here at the games, and this is an event that she can help get herself back from a little trouble she had earlier in Murph today. So Alessandra Pacelli, she is known for the big weights, and in this heat I expect her to do pretty well.
A woman who did not have trouble with Murph, Carrie Pierce, in fact, won that event. She is also another powerful athlete as well. She's
one of those athletes that, they don't come along very often. 6 months into the game, 6 months into competing in CrossFit, or knowing what CrossFit is, and she's already competing at the games. Just a year later here, she looks like a seasoned vet with some of these ladies that have been CrossFitting for 7 years.
And anytime there's a barbell, you cannot forget about that woman, Lauren Fisher, the champion of the 2016 California Regional.
She's back. She missed qualifying for the games last year. She's a junior Olympian. She knows how to lift a heavy barbell.
Heat number 3 is underway at the squat clean pyramid. Jamie Hagia has the mark to beat, 5 minutes 30.55 seconds. The key for these women, if they want to continue in the competition, is to complete all 10 repetitions at 165 pounds inside of 2 minutes. They get 2 minutes to clear each barbell, and Sandra Pacelli is making very quick work of this 165-pound barbell.
She held on, and she's doing it again. She's holding on, not breaking those reps in between. It's going to give her just so much more time, so much faster to be able to hold on if you can.
You do not have to wait until the 2-minute mark to start the next barbell. So Sandra Pacelli doing herself a big favor here and banking some time to attack those heavier barbells. At the top of your screen, the woman who is in the lead will have her name highlighted in a blue box, and the amount of reps that she has completed will be in that white box next to her name. And then in the black section above that, the movement that the ladies are currently on, the leader is currently on, will have a blue box around it. So right now it's Sandra Pacelli and Emily Abbott, Caroline Rees, and Thibault, a pair of Canadians behind Sandra Pacelli, all 3 of them through their first 10 reps. So all 3 moving on in this competition, but more importantly here, moving on to the heavier barbells.
She's breaking up into singles now, and I think that's a smart move. The squat clean is very taxing on your grip, and so what happens if you can't get a nice strong pull off the ground when you get to the heavier barbells because of your grip? You don't want that to happen, so breaking does help save the grip.
That's Emily Abbott, who loves to get her hands on some heavy weight. She had a career best 8th place finish at the games last year, just her 2nd year here in Carson. This is her 3rd appearance at the CrossFit Games. Last year she put up 4 top 10 finishes. Your 2 leaders, Sandra Pacelli is on the left, Emily Abbott is on the right. Caroline Rees and Thibault has fallen about a rep back, as has Lauren Fisher, and Kristen Holta is up there. Not a woman you expect to see moving big weight with some of these heavy hitters.
Anymore, it seems like the ladies are really within 20 pounds of each other, with give or take, with a lot of their maxes. And so really where you're going to see the separation and see a difference is in an event like this, to see their overall fitness. That, some of these littler girls can put up that 1 rep max in perfect condition, but Alessandra Pacelli, Emily Abbott, they're able to go at the volume of the heavy barbells in such a short amount of time.
Emily Abbott was first to the 195-pound barbell. They have to load the weights themselves. Sandra Pacelli was right behind her, and then Caroline Rees and Thibault was 3rd. And now Lauren Fisher on the other end of the floor has joined those 3 women in a battle for first place. They have until the 6-minute mark to get through this barbell. Carol-Ann Reason-Thibault in her second appearance at the CrossFit Games. She finished 27th last year. She currently comes in 12th place overall. Would love to get herself into the top 10 here in the squat clean pyramid.
She lifts very efficient, keeps the barbell in nice and close, is really patient, waiting until the barbell gets to her pockets above her thigh there, and pulls herself under quickly.
Time to beat the upper left-hand corner of your screen. That belongs to CrossFit Games rookie and former USC Trojan basketball player Jamie Hagia. Pacelli and Abbott basically going lift for lift, and Carrie Pierce is flirting with some trouble here. She needs to complete 8 reps inside of 4 minutes to stay on the ladder. She's in the middle of your screen. She's toward the back of the pack.
She lifts her hips just a little bit before that lift, so she's not using as much of her legs to drive and stand that bar up, and that's what's kind of giving her some trouble. Lifting with a lot more back than legs. And
Pierce isn't going to make it, so she's going to step off the ladder to not finish those 8 reps inside 4 minutes. She is the first woman off here in heat number 3. We have 1 heat to go after this. Lauren Fisher has now tied Sandra Pacelli for the lead. Now Emily Abbott is right there. She was just a rep behind those 2 other women. Emily Abbott, Lauren Fisher, and Sandra Pacelli all moving up to the 205-pound bar. They have until the 8-minute mark to complete 4 lifts at this weight. Pacelli is the first one to get a successful lift in the bag. And at this pace, it looks like Jamie Hagia's time to beat is going to stand into the final heat. Carol-Ann Reason-Thibault keeping even with Sandra Pacelli, as now the weight gets extremely challenging.
With Hagia going in the previous heat, it's so hard for them to gauge and know where she was at that barbell. They're really going off each other.
Yeah, not only are the women competing against the other women in this heat, they're competing against all the women in this event. And Jamie Hagia is going to hang on to the overall lead. Now it's just all about placement and trying to finish ahead of those people that you're chasing on the overall leaderboard. Carol-Ann Reason-Thibault, Sandra Pacelli, Lauren Fisher, Emily Abbott, and Turi Helgadottir all towards the front of the pack. But it's Carol-Ann Reason-Thibault who is the first woman to the 215-pound barbell. She has until the 11-minute mark to complete 2 lifts at this weight. 30 total reps in this event. And keep in mind, they've already been through 5 events already. Starting on Wednesday up in Aromas, California, where the CrossFit Games began in 2007, the now famous ranch. Carol-Ann Reason-Thibault, 2 lifts to go. Emily Abbott has 2 to go, as do Sandra Pacelli and Lauren Fisher, and Turi Helgadottir onto the final barbell. And Carol-Ann Reason-Thibault starting to see her form fall apart here.
It doesn't look like anything more except fatigue in the legs. She lifts beautifully, she pulls great, her body is set in the right position. She just can't stand up with it, and usually that's when your legs are just giving out.
Sandra Pacelli now has 1 rep to go, and she can take this heat. Where she winds up over on the event remains to be seen, but it will be towards the top if she can complete this lift.
Oh, that one was faster than the first.
And Sandra Pacelli across the finish line. She will take the heat with a time of 7 minutes, 4.22 seconds. And now a fight for second place. Again, 11 minutes in order to complete the 2 lifts. At 215 pounds, they have until that 11-minute mark. And Emily Abbott fighting for all she's worth. And Emily Abbott is across the finish line. Carol-Ann Reason-Thibault managed to knock out her 2 reps and finishes a couple of seconds behind Abbott. And Turi Helgadottir is in as well.
Very impressive to be up there with those ladies.
And Turi Helgadottir put on one of the most impressive performances in the regionals. Remember, she was just 1 of 2 women to complete 8. And Lauren Fisher has her first rep down. Regional Nate, one of the just most difficult workouts that we saw at the regional this year. And Churi Helgadottir along with Carrie Pierce, the only 2 women to get through the whole thing.
And typically when in an event like that, you don't think they turn around and lift so heavy and be able to do so well in this type of event.
Kristen Holta, she is done, and Kristen Holta gets across the finish line before Lauren Fisher, who is now having problems with the 215-pound barbell.
Sean, this is what I was talking about. You know, Lauren Fisher, she does her Olympic lifting. She goes to all of her meets, and she does very well. But I think this setup doesn't bode well for her. If it were a 1-rep max, it'd be a whole different ball game for her. This is just a lot of volume in a short time.
Speaking of a lot of volume, earlier in the day, these women did Murph for the 2nd straight year. 2 miles and 600 reps of bodyweight movements on that. Lauren Fisher getting the crowd behind her, and Lauren Fisher will make the lift. And she is in, and that will do it for heat number 3. As a total of 6 women were able to get through the entire ladder. Sandra Pacelli did it the fastest in this heat, a time of 7 minutes, 4.22 seconds. Emily Abbott comes in behind her at 7:28. Then Carol Ann Reason-Thibault, another Canadian athlete, about 2 seconds behind.